From Hallmark Home Entertainment, in association with Ralph Edwards Films, comes a story as magical and musical as a season itself.
Seasons come and seasons go, and the world keeps rolling round. You got me and I've got you, and that's the sweetest thing we found.
Annabelle's Wish, narrated by and music sung by Randy Travis.
It was a night that was tailor-made for wishes.
It's the tale of a very special friendship between a boy named Billy and a calf named Annabelle.
Take good care of her. Love, Santa Claus.
It's the story of a grandfather's love,
Billy and me, we're all each other's God.
a selfish aunt's obsession,
William will be much better off with me.
and a boy's problem that no one can fix.
It was a close call for all of us, including Billy. He hasn't spoken since.
At all?
No.
I'll talk for both of us then.
That would be nice, honey, but our day of talking is almost over.
Based on the farm legend that Santa Claus gives all animals a voice to speak for one day.
Let the talking begin.
Good morning, Barnyard!
Merry Christmas, Santa!
Enjoy the talking now.
It's our secret.
It's a special gift no human is allowed to know.
Bless you.
Oh man, the calf blew it!
Annabelle's Wish is the story of a calf with reindeer dreams.
I want to fly too.
You don't even have, the equipment, the wings and stuff.
Let her dream. Dreams are so important.
With songs sung by Randy Travis, Beth Nielsen Chapman, and Grammy winner Alison Krauss.
My heart was born to dream, to see the world from way up here.
With Jerry Van Dyke as Grandpa Baker,
You're not getting Billy.
We'll see about that.
Cloris Leachman as Aunt Agnes,
I get what I want.
and Jim Varney as the nasty neighbor with his eye on Annabelle.
Nice looking cat.
Arriving just in time for the holidays.
Come to Aunt Agnes. Oh.
It's all about the true spirit of Christmas and the magic of the season.
What's your wish?
A calf is born, and a legend begins.
You got me and I've got you, and that's the sweetest thing we found.
The legend of Annabelle's Wish, in a stocking near you this holiday season.
Hey kids, looking for totally cool adventures? Well, now they're here. 3 action-packed stories that'll blow you away. Fire! Crayola Kids Adventures, now on video cassette. Wow! Sea monsters and submarines.
It's like nothing I've ever seen before.
Cool! It's Captain Nemo and his crew.
You called?
Look out below! For awesome adventures, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Charge! Swords, shields, and arrows. It's a real fight to the finish.
You've got a plan, don't you?
I've got the perfect plan. But beware of strangers bearing gifts.
What do we have here?
The Trojan horse. Tie him up! Get a load of the size of him.
Look at those huge, vicious choppers.
He's one huge dude.
You really are a whopper.
I'll bet he sure eats a lot. I got you some food. Tremendous. Yeah! Tales of Gulliver's Travels.
Attaboy, Whopper.
All pretty cool, huh? 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, The Trojan Horse, and Tales of Gulliver's Travels. All 3 filled with great new songs and more action than anything else around.
Yes!
So hurry up and get in on the fun. You'll totally flip. For 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, The Trojan Horse, and Tales of Gulliver's Travels. All 3 Crayola Kids Adventures, now on video cassette.
Well, he is different from
from the others, isn't he?
He's big and strong and handsome.
Hallmark Entertainment is proud to announce a very special debut from a name trusted by parents and beloved by children around the world. Crayola Presents Animated Tales is a cool and colorful new world of animated fun and adventure in an exciting new line of entertaining video cassettes.
Are you sure about this?
Come on!
Our premiere release includes an all-new full-length animated feature production of The Ugly Duckling.
Gosh.
The classic Hans Christian Andersen tale comes to life with a full 75 minutes of colorful and fun animation.
Big, huge, enormous,
and a mesmerizing musical score, including 8 original songs composed especially for Crayola.
That one'll do!
Beautifully written and tenderly told, this time-honored tale is the kind of entertainment you and your entire family will want to watch again and again. And Crayola brings you more animated magic with The Adventures of Mouse and Mole, featuring a lovable duo who share adventure upon adventure and bring home the true meaning of friendship. And there's a fun-filled animated journey to be had in Crayola's Tales of the Tooth Fairies, based on a series of best-selling books. These are the exciting adventures of those mischievous mice messengers that bring delight and magic to every child who places a tooth under his or her pillow. 3 new video cassettes filled with hours of animated fun and fascination for the whole family.
Magic shall be made.
They're brought to you now by 2 of the most trusted names in America, recognized for enduring and consistent quality in bringing you the very best in fun, color, and quality family entertainment. Hallmark Entertainment and Crayola.
Just wonderful. I love it.
Teddy's vest has satin lining, and the locomotive's brass is shining, and the sparkle and the gloss we attribute to the boss. Miss Muffet's hair is twice as curly, and we're wrapped and packed and finished early, so a big round of applause to our sturdy and smart,
Tough on the jaw,
soft in the heart,
positive,
practical
We still have 7 days till Christmas. Oh, team, we've done it. 1910 is a record year. You're a magician, Arvo.
No, you're the magician, Mrs. Claus.
Well, what counts is we've done it all together. I mean, look at these wonderful teddy bears. They stand up to a lot of loving, and that is the most important test. And now you can all go home a week early and have the very merriest Christmas. Oh, aren't you tickled, Arvo? I mean, with all of the toys made, the only thing left is the delivery. Of course, Santa will take care of that, and you'll be able to spend a real Christmas Eve at home with your family.
What about you, Mrs. Claus? Another Christmas Eve alone?
After the first 100 years or so, you get used to it.
More mail?
Nicholas?
That's not all.
More mail. Well, don't worry, darling. There are plenty of toys for these children, and much more. Here's your cocoa, dear. Nicholas, if you have a moment, there's something that I'd like you to take a look at.
Is it me or the more children in the world every year?
Well, as it happens, there are, which is why I was looking over your navigational maps.
Yes, yes. Sounds very interesting.
You see, if you change course here and head off in an easterly direction...
Oh, Easter is lovely. Of course, it's no Christmas, but...
Nick, you haven't heard a word I've said.
Yes, I have. You want to serve a new course for Easter. Bread pudding's always nice, don't you think?
Oh, Nick, I wish you'd let me help you with the mail this year.
They write to Santa Claus. They're going to have their letters read by Santa Claus. Now, call me old-fashioned, but I only know one way to do this job, and that's to do it right.
We're getting behind, Chief. I've never seen this much mail.
But I haven't made a dent in the last batch. Wait!
Do you suppose there's a letter in there addressed to both of us? Didn't think so. Well, at least drink some of your cocoa while it's still warm. Oh, it's very chilly in here. I think someone must have left a window open. Oh, look! You can see it tonight.
Oh, the North Star. Nearly as bright as on Christmas Eve.
When it guides you safely home to me. Don't want to catch a chill, do we? Well, if you don't need me for anything.
And it's always the naughty ones with the bad handwriting. Did you say something, Anna?
Oh, no. No, nothing at all. I need something challenging to do. Somewhere marvelous to go. He's seen every little corner of the world. All I've ever seen is snow. I'm Mrs. Santa Claus, the invisible wife. And Mrs. Santa Claus needs a change in her life. I've been manning the business and planning each holiday plan. And I'm tired of being the shadow behind the great man. For each December when Santa's checking his list, 'tis the season that he forgets I exist. So the moment has come to beat my own drum, because I want the world to know there's a Mrs. Santa Claus. Arvo, hit hitch up the reindeer, please.
The reindeer? Where are you going?
I'm going to try out this map. I just know that this new route will save gobs of time.
Yeah, but what about the chief? I mean, when are you coming back?
Well, I'll be back before morning, dear. Just tell him that I've gone out for a little spin around the world.
Please, guys, look after her.
I'm Mrs. Santa Claus. Yes, I'm married to him. And for centuries I've been proper and prim. But I'm tired of phoning the betting and spreading the jam.
Oh, boy.
And I feel I'm about to begin to find out who I am. I've planned my strategy and my flag is unfurled, for I have gifts of my own to offer the world. So I'm coming your way, keep an eye on my sleigh because I want the world to know there's a Mrs. Santa Claus. So I'm coming your way, keep an eye on my sleigh because you'll have a Merry Christmas with Mrs. Santa Claus. Just a bit of heavy weather. Steady, boys. We'd better get down on the ground until this passes. Gently now. Oh dear. And we were supposed to be over Stockholm. Get ready for an emergency landing, boys. Easy. Oh boy. Whoa. Well, my goodness. Are you all right, sweethearts? It was a bit unexpected, wasn't it? Oh. It's all right. Everything is going to be fine. That's good boys, Prancer. You're a very good boy. What is it, darling? Oh, Cupid. Well, we're all safe and sound, aren't we? Oh, you've hurt your poor leg. Lovely singing.
Signora, grazie.
Good morning. I wonder if you could help me, dear. You see, I had a little mishap with my...
Horse?
Not exactly. Come along, Cupid, dear.
A reindeer?
Yes, a reindeer.
Oh, for a Christmas pageant?
Yes, a Christmas pageant. Quite a big one. We do it every year.
Oh.
Is he very badly hurt?
Hey. It's not broken, Signora, but he will need a rest. You leave him here with me?
Oh, I'd be so grateful. How soon would he be able to fly? That is, how long will it be before the poor darling is all healed?
1 week, he will be as good as new.
Oh, goodness. 1 week? But I absolutely have to be home by Christmas Eve at the very latest.
Not to worry, Signora. I give him extra special care.
Oh, thank you very much.
I am Marcello d'Amoroso.
I'm honored, Marcello.
Where you come from, Mrs.
I come from the north. From the north.
Ah, Signora di North.
Well, actually, yes, I'm Mrs. North. Marcello, I don't suppose you have room for a few more?
More?
Well, it would be a very sorry Christmas pageant with only one reindeer. Come along, dears. This is the one we call Blitzen. And Comet. And Prancer and Vixen, of course.
No more, please, Senora.
Oh, just Dasher and Donder and Dancer. I realize that 8 is a lot, but they won't be any bother. I mean, they could double up.
Well, we better get them some breakfast, no?
Where are you staying, Mrs. North?
Oh, I hadn't given it a thought. Any old place to unbutton my boots will do, you know.
Come, I take you to the best boarding house in all of New York City. Right down here on Avenue A.
Welcome to the world of Avenue A, where you hear "Come esta" and "Bless my soul" and "Oy vey." Rosie Finkelstein and Michael Monaghan are still going steady. Mrs. Brandenheim is yelling out their window, "Breakfast is ready!" And that's the way it goes on Avenue A, where Father Callahan bids Rabbi Hirsch a good day. People carrying and lasagna and chow mein all share the same tray. Part of the great big bouillabaisse called Avenue A.
Women of the world, unite! A revolution is at hand! Join us in the march to Union Square! The time for change is
There she is, mounting off again.
This is my Sadie. She's a beautiful, no?
Oh, she's beautiful, yes. Is she a friend of yours?
No. She speeches to me, but I never speak to her. Her mama is the lady I tell you about who rents the rooms.
And we need it now!
Brava, beautiful. She needs is a man.
So fuck Sadie! Give it a rest!
Senora Shaughnessy, Senora Brandenheim.
It's time to throw down the shackles of oppression once and for all and march
Say,
as...
enough.
Quiet, Mama, I'm not finished.
Not finished. The police, look. Down the street he's coming. Quick, before he sees you.
No, Mama, this is a free country.
For free, they'll throw us out of it.
Welcome to the world of Avenue A, where there's a family drama playing day after day. There's a second-hand emporium on every corner that I'd walk. Bring a lady or a little girls with jacks all share the same sidewalk. And that's the way it goes on Avenue A. Look, there's a pushcart full of bagels coming your way. There's a ragman with the saxophone. There's not a tune he can't play. Part of the great kaleidoscope called Avenue A.
is the lady I was telling you about, Senora Lowenstein. She's right down here. She has beautiful rooms, reasonable rates. I think it'll be suitable for a few days. Senora Lowenstein. Scusa, Senora. I bring it to you a new boarder. May I present Mrs. North?
I'm delighted to meet you.
Pleasure, Mrs. North. Sadie! Mr. Kilkenny. One of my finest boarders.
Morning, ma'am. If you don't mind, I have to go catch the trolley. Now, goodbye, Nora. Make sure no trouble today.
I'll be good, Dad.
All right.
Sadie, help our new guest to the house. Enough with the women suffering.
Women's suffrage, Mama. One man, one vote. The law says nothing about women.
Excuse my daughter. She's a little excitable.
Oh, but she does have a point.
Why, thank you.
I'd like you to meet your greatest admirer, Sadie. This is Marcello d'Amoroso.
An honor, Signorina. I come to listen to you every day.
My speeches?
To you, speech, Signorina, to me is a song. If I could, I would give my vote to you.
Come back here.
Oh, I didn't do nothing.
Don't you lie to me. You raising the devil out here. Get inside.
I'll go. Just let go of me.
Oh! Hooligan! You wait and see, but I'll be speaking to your father.
Come, you shouldn't freeze out here.
Oh, where I come from, this is picnic weather. Oh, I'm afraid I can't take one of your rooms, Mrs. Lowenstein. You see, I have no money.
A fine lady like you, you'll get a job. You'll pay me when you can. Come.
Thank you, Marcello. I've landed in the world of Avenue A, where you hear "Come sta" and "Bless my soul" and "Oy vey." So a lady from a cold and distant place, a lifetime away, still can become part of the world of Avenue A.
And this is the parlor. I take in a little sewing on the side, as you can see. You want something mended? You just ask.
Well, I'm afraid I only have the clothes on my back.
Oh, well, I know a ladies' emporium. Gorgeous second-hand clothes. On credit yet?
Oh. Well, don't tell me that you made this.
For my fancy customer from uptown. Let me.
Oh, thank you.
Dinner, I serve at 6 o'clock. Extra 5 cents a day, should you want.
Oh, thank you. I want.
Excuse me.
Where's that little hellion, Nora Kilkenny? Is her father at home?
No, not here. On the trolley car he's working, day and night.
Will you tell him for me that his little hooligan has been raising holy hellfire? Excuse the language, Mrs. And Mrs.
Yeah, I tell him, sir. Officer, Your Honor, sir.
Oh, Mrs. Lowenstein, you're shaking.
I think he's coming to take away Sadie. She makes such trouble.
Oh, just for speaking on the sidewalk?
I have seen what comes from this in the old country. This bag in the closet. This, I always keep packed and ready. A candlestick from my grandmother. Pictures of my husband. May he rest in peace. He didn't live to see America.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And at the rate my Sadie is going, they could throw us out tomorrow. So, always, the bag stays packed.
Women of the world! we take our rightful place? Well, someday. You'll see. Everyone will see.
Here, beautiful miss. Please, let me help you down.
It may surprise you to know that a woman is perfectly capable of taking a step without a man's help. Thank you.
A pleasure, señorina.
In the middle of the slush, the noise, the teeming grind of the day. Look how a lovely rose can bloom on Avenue A.
Now, tonight, latkes I'm making for Hanukkah.
Oh, yes, Hanukkah.
Hanukkah. Well, you're having Christmas, so we're having Hanukkah. So what happened to all my eggs? Oy, now I have to go out and get...
So you don't celebrate Christmas?
No. But between you and me, I'm enjoying it more than I should.
Officer Doyle!
Oh, Mrs. Lowenstein. Well, hello.
Hello.
Well, you darling girl. You found the eggs that Mrs. Lowenstein was looking for.
I seen you, you little brat.
Thank God, I have you now.
Oh, cripes, Doyle!
In here.
Where is she? The girl.
Did I hear little footsteps going out the back way?
Thanks very much, Mrs.
All clear?
Hey, why did you do that?
It so happens that I like children very much.
You live in here?
For a while.
Me too. I'm Nora.
Oh, I'm Mrs. North. And where is your mother?
She's back in Ireland. My old man's working double shifts to pay for a steamship ticket to bring her and my baby brother over.
So your mother is in Ireland, and your father is working all the time.
Hey, I pull my own weight. I got me a job over at Tavish's.
You have a job?
Well, why shouldn't I? Don't you?
At the moment, no. But I do need one.
All right. You did for me, so I'll do for you, kiddo.
Kiddo?
That's New York talk. I don't suppose you know anything about making toys.
The red balloons may stain your ceiling, and the fire engines ain't feeling, but my heart just squeals with joy. I've just made a Tavish toy. It only has to last till Christmas. Of Yuletide smiles, I'm always cautious, 'cause those dimpled faces make me nauseous. So to each sweet girl and boy, you deserve a Tavish toy. So when you're blue and when you're down, remember, kids, because of you, I live uptown, a house in Chelsea. So the teddy bear has popped its stitches, and the cowboy dog has lost all its britches. But to all in my employ, be proud proud you made a Tavish toy. Sing, kids!
We're proud we made a Tavish toy.
And
a one-of-a-kind, top of the line, fully insured.
Rather unusual.
It only has to last till Christmas. Ah, here she is now. Workers, allow me to present Mrs. North, your new supervisor. Welcome to the wonderful world of Tavish toys. We're so lucky to have found someone with Mrs. North's experience and on such short notice.
Yes. Well, it certainly looks as if I'll have to roll up my sleeves a bit.
Well, I shall leave you to your own devices. Just keep in mind, time is of the essence. Tick-tock.
Well, I'm certainly used to the Christmas rush.
Outstanding. Now, my little elves, I do not want a repeat of what happened to the last supervisor.
Well, hello. You're awfully small to be using such a big broom.
That's Emilio. He don't talk. He's new in America.
I know just how he feels. Now, if I might ask, what happened to the other supervisor? I was told that he was taken ill.
Yeah, he tripped over something.
Yeah, your foot. Yeah. Hey, Mrs. North is all right. She's my friend. If she's your friend, tell her to get us some heat.
Yes, it is a bit frosty in here, isn't it? There must be some kind of malfunction with the stove.
Yeah, it don't function till Tavish puts some coal in it.
Well, I'll have to speak to Mr. Tavish about that, won't I? I've always felt that a happy workshop is a productive workshop. Don't you agree?
You ever worked in a factory before, lady? Tell her, Lindsay, tell her.
Well, it so happens that we're in the toy business ourselves, back home.
Get her. It's an old lady know about toys.
Old lady? Certainly you're not referring to me. I'm holding back the hands of time, and though a fool might say I passed my prime, my heart has always clung to staying almost young. A few gray hairs, a few gold teeth can never hide the kid that's underneath, the kid whose hopes are hung on staying almost young. My walk is swift and sporty, my disposition is evergreen. Why say I'm over 40, I'm over 17. I'll still have all the speed it takes when all the others have applied the brakes, and when my knell has run, I'll still be strutting and kicking like some little chicken and almost young.
Hope you're almost finished.
Not a chance, kiddo. So if you think this spunky pup is either bogging down or slowing up, you better hold your tongue. I'm feeling almost young.
See, I told you.
My bones are often racked up. They always act up each time it rains. But my arthritis and my phlebitis are simply growing pains. So let them say I passed my peak, that I'm a million years from hide and seek. But when my dirge is
Happy workers. That's what I like. Grateful, happy workers.
Yes, but there are some problems, Mr. Tavish. I mean, the heat, for instance.
Heat? I don't feel any heat, do you?
Oh, and there's a matter of quality. Mr. Tavish, have you ever seen how a child plays with a teddy bear?
What's your point, Mrs. North?
Well, give this bear a hug and you'll see what I mean.
No.
Oh, just a little hug.
Get that bear away from me.
Well, then, I'll show you myself. This is how a child hugs a teddy bear, Mr. Tavish. There, you see what I mean? I mean, what's needed here is thicker cloth for the fur and good, strong thread.
You worry too much, Mrs. North. You look at the bear and see the flaws. I look at it and see the happiness it brings.
Oh, but I don't think that a defective toy makes any child happy, Mr. Tavish.
I was referring to the happiness it brings to me. The more we make, the more we sell, the happier I am. Tick-tock, Mrs. North. Tick-tock.
Mr. Tavish, if you've ever seen a child's face when a toy breaks...
Workers, what's our motto?
It only has to last till Christmas.
Oh, but Mr. Tavish, the children's hands are shaking with the cold. Can't anything be done?
Of course something can be done, Mrs. North. Mittens.
Mr. Tavish! Mr. Tavish, sir! Oh, Tavish. Children, the conditions in here are intolerable.
So what are you gonna do about it?
Well, I haven't decided just yet, but when I do know that we all have to stick together. What do you say?
So let them say you're past your peak, that you're a million years from hide and seek.
But when my dirge is sung,
You'll still be tough as a riddle, and fit as a fiddle, and strutting and kicking like some little chicken. Almost done.
Here we go. Piping hot.
Thank you, Arvo. My wife made this cocoa?
Looks like Nice is beating Naughty about 101 this year.
Arvo, I asked you a question. Who made the cocoa?
I made the cocoa. I'm a supervisor. I'm not a cocoa elf.
Why didn't Mrs. Claus make it? Arvo, I repeat, why didn't Mrs. Claus make it?
Mrs. Claus isn't here, Chief.
Not here? That's impossible. Where would she be?
Well, she said to tell you that she's taking a little trip around the world.
Arvo, why didn't she tell me? I would have stopped her.
Yeah, maybe that's why she didn't tell you.
Well, why didn't you tell me?
I've been expecting her back any minute now, and I didn't want you to worry. Besides, you didn't even notice she was gone.
Well, I would... Well, certainly I did. Well, she hadn't been gone.
2 days.
That's not possible. Surely I would have...
Look, if you had taken notice of her now and then, maybe she wouldn't have left.
Where on earth can she be? In a few days, it'll be Christmas.
You know, if she's not back soon, we may not even have Christmas. She took the reindeer.
Can't bear to think of her out there. Somewhere. Helpless and alone.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! Thank you, young man.
it's a very worthy cause, dear, but the boots aren't quite right. Good morning, Mr. Kilkenny.
have the right to demand the vote. Look at Susan B. Anthony. Look how one woman
Buongiorno,
has
signora.
taken up
Oh, nice and crunchy. Just like the boys like them. I wonder, would you be a dear and send over 8 bunches of these to the Delancey stables? And some of these lovely apples, too. I think 20 pounds should do it. And tell Marcello that Mrs. North sent them. He'll know what to do.
Marcello at the Delancey Steak.
Mrs. North. Guten Tag. The workers were not afraid to speak up for their rights. And when the bosses wouldn't give them a better wage, the workers demanded it. And the right to vote will not be granted until women demand it. So I
demand some hot water. Why don't you holler on my landlord, Sadie?
Who will march with me to Union Square? It's hopeless. All these women care about is the price of pushcart onions.
I know. You know, Sadie, I'm in a bit of a predicament, and I think you might be just the person to help me.
Really?
Now, try to imagine a group of workers in a factory, let's say. Now, how might they improve their working conditions? Keeping in mind that the boss is a rather difficult man. Not inclined to give in to demands, if you know what I mean.
And that's all you have to do?
It's really that simple.
Oh, it's been successful in factories all over the country. Oh, I wish the other women around here would listen to me the way you do. I promised I'd...
You're a good influence, Mrs. Nord. Keeping my Sadie out of trouble.
I promised that I'd bring a whole contingent from Avenue A to the rally tomorrow. Instead, I'm just bringing a soapbox.
Well, if you wouldn't mind a little advice from a Johnny-come-lately like me...
No, please.
I so admire your fervor, Sadie. But I don't believe anyone likes to be shouted at.
Well, I shout so my message can be heard.
Perhaps if you tried talking to these ladies without your soapbox.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Shaughnessy.
If it isn't soapbox, Sadie, I'll have none of your blarney now. Good day to you, Mrs. North.
Oh, and to you, Mrs. Shaughnessy. You know, Sadie was just telling me how you came all the way over here from Ireland when you were just a girl.
Me own mother brought 10 of us over from Dublin.
Oh, did you say Dublin? On the River Liffey?
Bless my soul. You know Dublin, Mrs. North.
Well, I'm very keen on geography.
Now, Mrs. Shaughnessy, there must have been some who told your mother to stay put.
Oh, well, there were many that tried, but you don't know my mother.
Well, I knew very many women like her. You, for example.
Oh. That's why we're asking you to stand strong, Mrs. Shaughnessy.
Just like your mother.
And march with us. For a woman's right to vote.
Mr. Brandenheim makes all the decisions. What do I need to vote for?
But, Mrs. Brandenheim, you yourself make 100 decisions every day. Don't you decide what you make for dinner?
Yeah, I do that.
And don't you decide how much coal to buy?
Yeah, I do that.
And how many nickels to put in the cookie jar?
Yeah, I do that too.
So shouldn't you decide who gets elected?
Yeah. Oh, all this deciding, it wears me out.
Oh, well, I guess it's only the two of us after all.
Still, I'm proud to march with you, Sadie.
I'm Mrs. Shaughnessy and I'm marching with you. I'm Mrs. Brandenheim and I'm joining you too.
It's time to stand up, step out and be counted, and then how about tying an apron on all of the men? Vote for women!
Now Mr. Brandenheim thinks how clever he is. But this old girl has a brain that's equal to his.
So remember our call, a line that you all can quote. It's time for every Miss and Mrs. to have a vote. But beyond the vote, I mean, men must acknowledge what we do in little ways every day.
Mrs. North, wait for me!
Oh, yes, us. Come along, Laura. Isn't it marvelous what happens when people speak up for themselves? And you know what, Nora? What? That's what's going to happen at Tavish Toys. Now, Sadie was telling me about something called a work slowdown. I think it just might do the trick.
We'll get heat?
Only if we stick together, Sadie says.
I'm with you, Mrs. Narth.
Oh, Marcello, thank goodness I'm on pins and needles about getting home. Tell me, how is Cupid?
What are you doing here, Marcello?
I wonder for you having a vote, Signorina, and all of your hearty desires.
Ho, ho, ho!
We mustn't catch cold, must we, dear?
Thank you.
Wait for me! I'm coming!
We planned our strategy and our flag is unfurled.
For we have gifts of our own to offer the world.
So remember our call, a rider to all can pull. It's time for every miss, and this is to have a
How are we doing, sweetheart? Oh, I know. Oh, I imagine that Santa is terribly worried about us by now. And that's why you've got to stay off that leg, darling. Give it a chance to heal. As a sweetheart. I know. I mean, Christmas Eve is fast approaching. Only 3 days until...
Here she is, brava Sadie.
Thank you.
No? You're gonna run for president now?
Or even mayor of New York?
Signorina, scusa. Sadie, one moment, please.
I'm very busy now, Marcello. I've got to shop for my mother and get home.
Yes, at Christmas Eve, the policemen, they make a big party for the neighborhood. Everybody come. I was wondering, dearest Sadie, if you would be there too.
I have more in my mind than parties.
Yes, but you dance as well as you march.
Look, Marcello. A girl with a drive and a fellow with a dream are like pickled herring with vanilla ice cream. So as unromantic as my words may seem, we don't go together at all. My big loud mouth and your quiet ways are like August evenings with December days. Are like corned beef and cabbage talk with mayonnaise. We don't go together at all. We're like chicken soup and a slice of ham.
We're the big bad wolf and the little lamb.
Like a picnic lunch that's ruined by a sudden squall. We don't.
No, we don't.
No, we don't go together at all.
Like an overcoat and a hot July.
Like a bowl of borscht and a pizza pie.
Like if I asked you to come to the policeman's ball.
We don't.
No, we don't.
No, we don't go together at all. An onion roll at a Mayfair tea. Like a march by Sousa in a minor key.
So forget all the magic that was meant to be. We don't go together at all. A stable boy and a suffragette are about as peculiar as a pair can get. So it's oh such a pity that we even met.
We don't go together at all.
But I like your spunk
And I like your pride.
So I'll still be there, marching at your side.
So I guess, my friend, we must admit the simple fact that
haven't even told you about the rally yet, or Sadie's speech, or nothing.
I'll hear about it some other time. Thank you. You know I like to stay with you, Princess. But if I'm late, I'll be docked for sure. Mrs. North, evening.
Good evening. Looks like it's just the two of us tonight. All that walking, all of us gathered there in the square. It was exhilarating, wasn't it?
I've never seen so many people in one place in all of my life.
I was just thinking how much my husband would have enjoyed it. He so loves high spirits.
My mother, too.
Well, there will certainly be many more good times after your mother comes over from Ireland.
Yeah. Ha, who am I kidding? I'll never see her again.
Oh, of course you will, Nora.
It's been over a year. She probably wouldn't even recognize me.
You remember what she looks like, don't you?
Of course. She has red hair. Sort of brown red, like a penny. Like mine. And she has freckles on her arms and on her cheeks. And 2 right up under her eye. She probably looks different now anyway.
She misses you just as much as you miss her. She thinks about you just as often. Maybe even more.
Yeah?
Can you keep a secret, Nora? I'm missing someone, too. Someone who's also very far away. And when I'm missing someone, as I am right now, you know what I do? Well, I look up at the night sky and find our special star. And with every twinkle, I know that the one I love is thinking of me.
You think my mother's thinking of me right now, too?
I know she is, kiddo.
Oh, Mrs. North, look. Ever seen the vaudeville show?
No, but, shall we buy a ticket?
Are you kidding? It costs 2 bits. Come on. Oh, aren't they something?
Oh, I must say, they're a rare talent.
Claude, I've seen him 1,000,000 times.
Come on, Nora. Out you go. Before I gotta start charging you.
Oh, just another minute. Sean, my friend ain't seen it before.
You've got moxie, Nora, I'll give you that. But I don't want to lose my job.
All right, we're going. Don't bust your suspenders.
Thank you very much, Sean.
The last time. Good night.
Hey, look it. Will you look at all this stuff?
Whistle when you feel that no one is near. Whistle and you'll find me standing right here. Here to help smooth out the wrinkles, here to make loneliness end. It'll do you a lot of good knowing you've got a good friend. And all you have to do is whistle, and you'll find me holding your hand. When life doesn't go the way that you've planned, whatever rut you get stuck in, you'll feel me pulling you through. And then and forevermore, you'll hear me whistling for you.
Whistle when you feel that no one is near.
Whistle And you'll find me standing right here.
Here to help smooth out the wrinkles.
Here to make loneliness end.
It'll do you a lot of good knowing you've got a good friend. You'll feel me pulling you through, and then forevermore, you'll hear me whistling for. And all you have to do is whistle, and you'll find me holding your hand. When life doesn't go the way that you'd planned, whatever route you get stuck in, you'll feel me pulling you through, and then forevermore, you'll hear me whistling for you.
You're going with that tree?
We ain't stealing it, I swear. We just taking it over to Tavish's.
Nobody else wanted it. It's ours, free and clear.
Oh, it is it? Well, we'll have to see about that. And in the meantime, I'll be taking it, thank you.
I beg your pardon, officer. But these are very hard-working children. And if they say that they have not stolen that tree, then I believe them.
Oh, I see. So they have you fooled now as well, have they?
Listen here, Doyle.
Nora.
Officer Doyle. Look, I promise I ain't gonna kick you no more, okay? Okay, I ain't gonna throw no more eggs at you either. So can we have the lousy tree?
Well, it is a bit of a scrawny old thing, isn't it? Take it.
Thank you, officer.
Mrs. North, I was wondering, ma'am, seeing as you take to the children, so maybe you'd be interested in buying a ticket for the policeman's benefit. It'll be on over in Foley's Saloon. And besides, we can't have you spending Christmas Eve by yourself, can we?
Well, wouldn't be the first time. But it sounds lovely. And I'll take 2 tickets.
That'll be 50 cents, ma'am.
And there's something that you could do for me, officer.
Ma'am.
You see, the second ticket is for my landlady, Mrs. Lowenstein. And I'd very much like you to deliver her ticket to her personally.
Me? Oh, I don't think herself wants much to do with me, ma'am.
I wonder if she might not be a little bit afraid of you.
Afraid of me? Oh. Well, I wish to God some of it'd rub off on that one.
I told you, Doyle, I reformed.
Oh, yes. I'll believe that when I see it. Well, I'll do that for you, ma'am. Good night to you now.
Mrs. North, come on. I was just telling the kids about your idea for tomorrow.
Yes, well, Sadie gave me the notion. Tomorrow, we all work as slowly as we possibly can.
It'll drive Tavish crazy. So that's the plan, okay? Tomorrow, slow as molasses. Everybody got it?
Got it. But what if Tavish gets mad? What if we get scared?
Then all you have to do is whistle. And you'll find me holding your hand. When life doesn't go the way that you planned, whistle when you feel that no one is near.
Come in.
Surprise!
Okay, fellas, bad idea. Well, we'll be leaving now. I said we'll be leaving now. Goodbye. Merry Christmas.
We're going.
Arrivederci. Feliz Navidad.
Okay. Gee whiz.
Not even one little ho, ho, ho.
Ho.
Look, Chief, she's gonna be back.
We've been together from the very beginning. Without her, I feel like there's no such thing as Santa Claus. If only I'd taken the time to tell her what she means to me.
Why don't you tell her now?
Now?
Millions of children write letters to you every year. Maybe it's time for Santa to write one.
I don't even know where she is.
Maybe just getting the words on paper would help. It's just a thought.
Dear Mrs. Santa Claus, wherever you are, I'm without you as lost as some little star. You're not there when I call, and so everything's all askew. So I guess, little wife, that the joy in my life is you. Dear Mrs. Santa Claus, how I hope you can see from now on what a drastic change there will be. So I wish on the moon you come home to me soon, because you'll never know how Santa misses Claus.
My fancy customer from uptown? So, now she decides she don't want red after all.
Oh, Sadie, I was wondering, is your mother in? Or Mrs. Lowenstein?
Officer, Your Honor, she's a good girl. She didn't mean to start nothing.
Well, from what I've been told, she started plenty.
Oh, no.
Sure didn't me own mother go up there to Union Square to hear them all cheering for your Sadie. Oh, she's a regular Susan McAnthony, that one.
See, Mama?
Oh, and by the way, Mrs. L, somebody bought you a ticket for our precinct Christmas party. It'll be on over in Foley's saloon, so it will.
Who is this does such a thing?
Well, let's just say it's your own secret Santa. And it'd be giving myself and the lads at the precinct much pleasure if our favourite hostess could attend.
Me you're talking about?
Sure, who else? So we'll be seeing you Christmas Eve then. Good day to you both.
No, my dumplings. I think a proper slowdown would be even slower. Slowly. Oh, that's perfect, Amelia. Fine.
You think this is really gonna work? It's better than doing nothing and freezing.
But we've got to stick together like glue, Fritzy. It's only when the wheels turn together that the train can move. Oh.
And how are my little elves today? What, may I ask, is happening here? Busiest week of the busiest season, and I see 4, 5, 6 trains. 3 teddy bears. Mrs. North, I demand an explanation at once.
I believe that it's the cold air that is slowing us down, Mr. Tavish. Perhaps some coal on the fire would pick up the pace.
I'm on to you, Mrs. North. This little slow down is your handiwork, isn't it?
Oh, not just mine. It's all of us together.
Yes, that's right, together. Yeah, that's right.
Well, then, it's my pleasure to inform all of you together that you'll be spending Christmas Day right here.
Oh, now just a moment, Mr. Tavish. What possible use could all the children be to you on Christmas? I mean, all of the toys will have been delivered.
Clean up, Mrs. North. A good scrubbing down of all the walls and the floors.
No! Oh, now, children, remember, stick together like the wheels on a train.
I will let you off an hour early for Christmas if you tell me, did Mrs. North put you up to this?
Yeah, she's the brains behind the whole thing.
She made us do it. It was her.
Then she took Christmas away from you, didn't she? Shall I let her go?
Yes.
Find you a new supervisor?
Yes.
There you have it, Mrs. North. Democracy in action. Now, get out!
Nora, I am so sorry.
It's not your fault. To tell you the truth, I wouldn't have minded working on Christmas. I hate Christmas anyway.
Oh, Nora, you can't mean that.
I'm afraid I do. Without my mother here, it's just another day of the week.
Well, I know just what you mean, but Christmas or not, people shouldn't have to work under those conditions.
Well, we tried.
Well, thank you for standing up for me with Mr. Tavish. That took moxie.
Well, I guess I better start looking for another job. Or we'll never have enough to bring my mother and my brother over.
When I think of those poor children working so hard, their little fingers turning to icicles. Nora, there must be something that we can do.
Whatever rut you get stuck in, you'll feel me pulling you through. And then and forevermore, you'll hear me whistling for you.
Always wanted to do that. Augie Tavish. Right, sweetheart, the coast is clear.
Hey, how'd you do that?
Oh, little trick my husband taught me.
Anybody see ya?
Not yet.
We should have stuck with Mrs. North. Then we'd be out of our jobs. Yeah, but at least we wouldn't be freezing.
Quit your belly aching. The slowdown didn't work. It didn't work
because we didn't believe in ourselves enough.
Mrs. North, what are you doing here?
You better not let Tavish find you.
Tavish don't scare us, does he, Mrs. North?
The only way we'll succeed with Tavish is if you children stick together.
Not that again.
Well, not just the children in here, but all of the children in the entire city. What if you told every boy and girl in New York that Tavish toys fall apart the day after Christmas? What if everyone knew that little children suffered to make them? I'm talking about a strike, a boycott, citywide, and I want to know who's with me.
Mr. Tavish ain't gonna like that.
They'll just fire us and hire other kids.
Oh, not when they find out how shabbily you children have been treated.
Nobody cares about kids from Avenue A.
Well, I care, Henry, and I care very much. And I know that others will too. But we've got to tell them. Now, who will join me?
I will.
Big surprise.
And what about the rest of you? Will one more join in? Will someone else say, strike? Who will help get Tavish toys off the shelves?
Strike! He talked?
Emilio's in, I'm in too, and I say strike. Me too.
Hey, move over. Your name before me. Strike!
Strike! Strike! Strike! Strike! Strike! Strike! Strike! Strike! Take Tavish toys off the shelves. Don't buy Tavish toys.
Sorry, lady!
Here's some Tavish toys for you.
Off the shelves. Tavish toys aren't built to last.
You know, darling, I may have underestimated the difficulty of your job.
Toys are defective.
As mayor, I pledge that no child will ever again work under deplorable conditions like those of the Tavish Toy Company.
Over here, Mr. Mayor. Right here, please.
Extra, extra. Children's Crusade closes down Tavish toys. Read all about it. Extra, extra, children.
Mrs. North.
There's an outcry for child labor laws all over New York. Thanks to you, Mrs. North.
Oh, you were the inspiration, Sadie.
Another picture of your father. May he rest in peace. And my grandmother's candlesticks. Look, Sadie. Only one candlestick now. The other was lost.
It's beautiful.
So, Mama, tell me, you're unpacking your bag. Does this mean we'll be staying here a while?
But you don't like America? You got someplace better to go. Oh, my mother's brooch. I think I'll wear it to the policeman's party tonight.
You're going to the Christmas party, Mama?
I got a ticket, so why shouldn't I go? You're coming, Mrs. North?
Oh, I wouldn't miss it.
And this is what you're wearing?
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. North, I have good news. Cupid, his leg is all fixed.
Oh, thank you, Marcello. Thank you.
Everyone, may I have your attention, please? Thank you. I know it may seem unusual. A Jewish girl making a Christmas toast. But as most of you know, I have the biggest mouth on Avenue A. I'd like to thank someone we've only known a very short while, but who has already given so much to me and especially to the children. Mrs. North, you've been our good luck charm. Come to think of it, what you've really been is our Santa Claus.
Mrs. Santa Claus.
Right. Here's to the Mrs. Santa Claus of Avenue A.
May I have this dance?
Nicky?
It's only me. Officer Doyle, Mrs. North. What are you doing up there in the cold all by yourself?
Oh, I was just looking for a star.
Good night, you know.
And Merry Christmas.
Every time a star is falling, someone that you love is calling. He needs me, yes, he needs me. Don't even ask me how I know. I know when he calls me, my heart hears him and tells me that it's time for me to go. He's my world and I am his. He's my world and journey's end is where he is. And his laughter is my laughter and tells me what I'm living for. And so if he needs me, I'll go. 'Cause I need him much more. I have to leave now, sweetheart.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
Well, I'm afraid not. You see, I'm needed back home.
But you can't go. Not yet.
I'm afraid I have to. But I haven't forgotten about the Christmas presents for you and for the others.
Am I ever going to see you again?
Oh, I hope so. But until then, remember, just look up at the night sky, and you'll know when I'm thinking about you. He's my world and I am his. He's my world and journey's end is where he is. And his laughter is my laughter and tells me what I'm living for. And so if he needs me, I'll go. 'Cause I need him much more. Cupid? Comet? Donda? Where are you boys?
Missing something, Mrs. North? Or should I say, Mrs. Claus?
How did you know?
Oh, I've had my suspicions all along. First, there was your knowledge of toy making, and then the name, Mrs. North, as in North Pole. Nice touch. And when I realized you'd come down the chimney.
Mr. Tavish, without the reindeer, The children won't be able to receive their toys.
Pity.
But you'll be ruining Christmas.
Precisely. By morning, all of New York will come crawling back to Augustus P. Tavish.
Of course. Poor little Augie Tavish. You wrote to Santa asking for a stuffed bear back in 1872, was it? And Santa brought you the most beautiful bear. It had a vest with a satin lining. But then you never wrote to him again.
You mean Santa noticed that?
Oh, he mentioned it several times.
Well, you see, my stepbrother, he stole my bear on Christmas Day.
And you loved it so. And you thought you'd never have another one like it.
Yes, that's right.
So you wanted to ruin every child's Christmas just the way yours had been ruined.
Yes, it's true. I can't deny it.
Well, Augie, you don't have to destroy anyone's Christmas ever again. Here, dear. Just like the one you lost, right down to the satin vest. And remember, it's not the gift itself that matters. It's the love behind it.
Thank you.
Would you take me to my reindeer now?
Of course. And tell Santa I said hello.
Oh, of course.
Christmas Eve. And the worst night of my life.
There's still time.
You have to believe. So sorry I'm late.
If only you'd known how worried I've been.
Oh, did you miss me, Nick?
More than you could ever know. Where in the world have you been?
You better hurry, kiddo.
Kiddo?
Oh, that's New York talk. I'll tell you about it tomorrow. Tonight, the children are waiting for you. Here. Mustn't catch cold, must we? Now, off you go. I'll be here tomorrow morning, just like I always am.
Anna, close your eyes. Oh, and keep them closed.
Excuse me, Mrs. Claus.
What are you doing with my... Oh, no. What are you doing? Earrings. What is all this?
I have a surprise for you. But first, you're going to have to put on something warm. Open your eyes now.
It's beautiful.
This year, Anna, come with me.
Oh, don't be silly.
And this year, I want to use your new map. Step lively, Mrs. Claus. Children are waiting.
Well, when you put it that way...
Oh, so sorry, Anna.
Oh, this is so exciting.
All right, then. On Dasher. Come on, Anna, you must know this by now.
On Dancer.
On Prancer.
On Vixen.
On Comet.
Oh, how often I forget who's next.
Cupid.
Oh, how silly. How could I have forgotten Cupid? On Cupid.
On Donder and Blitzen. Merry Christmas, Anna.
Merry Christmas, Nicky.
Through a navy blue night, crowned with shimmering stars, to the kids of the world I'll be paying my annual call. But now that you're sitting beside me, we'll have the best Christmas of all.
Flying over the clouds, floating under the moon, as We watch and we wait for the first chimney top to appear. But now that you're sitting beside me, we'll have the best Happy New Year.
Though the wind may be strong, I will never complain, dear. I'm happy as long as there's you and my reindeer.
Through a navy blue night, crowned with shimmering stars, in a moment I know that the first little snowflake will fall. But now that you're sitting beside me, we'll have the best Christmas of all. Though the frost in the air means a change in the weather, but what do we care when we're flying together?
Oh, look, we're coming up on New York City.
I know, Nicky. You'll remember what somebody said to you when you were small. As long as you love one another, you'll have the best Christmas of all. As long as you love one another, you'll have the best Christmas, the best Christmas, the best Christmas of all.